All right, welcome to mobility class. Today is a 10-minute class, kind of focused on the knees. We'll talk about that in a second. Usual rules apply here. If you can, be barefoot or in minimalist shoes. We're going to be always trying to breathe through our nose, and the number one rule always is avoid pain. If you come into a stretch, you feel pain, you need to immediately come on out. Today's class, you will need a knee pad or a pillow and a yoga block or some books or something like that. And you'll see why in a little bit. All right, so we're gonna start right off with what's called a lightning bolt. And this one can be sensitive for a lot of people. And what you do is you're gonna come down to kneeling. And this is where you might need a yoga block or some books or something like that. And what you're gonna do is you're going to try and keep your knees as close together as you can. But you're gonna take your feet and you're gonna spread them apart. And this is where you might need a block, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your top of your feet on the ground and you're gonna try and sit back here. The goal is to get all the way to the floor. If you can get all the way to the floor, great. But let's say you get to here and you're starting to get a lot of tension in your knees. This is where the block could come in, where you could sit on the block, because you wanna be able to relax in this position, all right? So you may need to get a yoga block, maybe a book on top of it or something like that. Whatever you can to try and get comfortable here. This is a nice one. It's gonna stretch out a lot of stuff. So here we go. So I'm gonna leave the block off the side, and we're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, so my feet are just outside, so my butt can try and go to the floor here. And the goal is to sit back. Now you can use your hands for support too, and just try and get your bum all the way to the floor here. Now just breathe through your nose and relax. And so I'm like about an inch off of the floor here. And I'm just trying to let myself relax and sink on in. And I remember in this class, we always want to just try to breathe through the nose, and if we can, add cadence breathing to make it a little benefit to breathing, you can. So maybe you want to breathe in for, say, 5 seconds through your nose, and then exhale for 5 seconds. If you get a little bit of air hunger and it's not stressful, that's perfect. Okay, so you're focused on your breathing, you're staying out of pain. Let's say you can get all the way to the floor. If you can, then you can start laying back, but only if you can get all the way to the floor. And you want to do that really slowly if your butt's all the way on the floor. If not, just keep working here and letting it relax. We're stretching all this tissue here, in around the knee and stuff like that, and so that's really good. Anything upstream and downstream from the knee can be causing knee tightness and pain around the knee, could be pulling on the knee. And also, this is a good one to do before couch, because that's coming next. And couch stretch just kind of opens you up for couch stretch. So 5 seconds left. This was a 90-second stretch. And time. Now, couch stretch can be pretty intense. This is where you need a pillow. We're doing a full 2 minutes here. If this is too intense on the wall, you can actually do this on an actual couch. And what it does is it lets your foot sit flat instead of up against the wall. All right, so sometimes in this one, it really helps to have a prop. So like a chair or something in front of you could be helpful. And the goal is, I'll do a quick demo and then we're gonna get started here. This is always in a lot of my classes. The goal is to get your foot all the way back against the wall here like this. And then with your knee all the way against the wall, my foot's up flat on the wall, and then pop this leg up and sit up tall and try and get your back all the way to the wall. This is a huge stretch for a lot of people. So if you first time trying this, you may want to start, if you know you're tight, with your knee significantly off the wall. Like say I'm about, this pillow is really nice too. You need a really good pillow so you don't have knee pressure pain. And so right about here maybe, and then you're going to see if you can lift this foot, because you want to be able to get into a position where you can lift this foot and then just kind of relax on a chair. And as long as you're feeling a big stretch, that's great. So here we go. First side. Going in 3, 2, 1. So let's say I need the prop, I would hold this up and try and get taller. Now, as stated, this can be a really intense stretch. So you could have stretch discomfort, but if you're feeling any significant pain, say around the knee, you have to come out, okay? That's rule number 1. It could be related to the pillow. A lot of my clients find that if they don't have a really good pillow, they get pressure pain on the knee. And then secondly, it could just be you're so tight that you have to come out a little bit, bring the knee off the wall, or like I said, if you go to a bench or something like that, it allows you, or a couch, it allows you to take this foot and let it sit flat, because it's gonna be sitting on the couch here, and that makes it a lot easier as well. Okay, just like in all mobility classes, you're just going to focus on your breathing and try and get your body to relax. So say this is a lot of pressure for you. Try to see if that 5-5 breathing works. Breathe in for 5, all through your nose, and out for 5. And as long as, like I was saying earlier, you get a little air hunger, that's okay. But if it's stressful, you're not going to get the benefits from it. So in this class, a long, slow exhale tells the nervous system you're in a safe place. So that 5-second exhale is great. If you can do 4-6, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out, even better. But you don't want to get to the point where your air hunger is too strong that you're creating a little stress that way. It should be just light air hunger. Now today in the couch, we're just going to relax in. Sometimes we'll do activations to try and build strength in this position. But today we're just going to relax and breathe for the full 2 minutes. Now, if you are very flexible and you can get your back all the way to the wall, and I'm not there yet, you can elevate this front leg. But this stretch has helped a lot of my clients with knee pain because, once again, you're stretching everything up and down from the knee, and if this is all tight, it could be pulling on that. Be pulling on your hip. So the more range of motion you have with strength to control that range of motion, the less injury chance you have. Time. So we're going to switch sides now. So come out of there nice and slowly. Relax. Get your prop ready for the other side. Start getting that leg up on the wall. This pad, by the way, is an AirX pad. They're pretty popular. They're kind of pricey though, but it is a nice pad. All right, here we go. 5-second warning. Going in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So now, if you have a tighter side, so my left side is significantly tighter because I tore my patella tendon, completely tore it in Mexico playing volleyball. And so that tendon is shorter. And so this couch stretch is always tighter for me. So if you have a side that is tighter, it is nice to spend some more time. So you got this video right now on the app. You could just repeat another side, rewind, repeat another side. But it is good to, if you have imbalances in mobility, to try and go ahead and work on the side that has a little less mobility more often. Now, if it's significant, then definitely work on it as much as you can. Maybe even double up on that side. Okay, we're relaxing, breathing only through the nose. You deliver more oxygen to your muscles that way. Breathing slow, trying to get that nervous system to relax. And just letting this open up. Now, after this, we're going to go to a stretch called the elephant walk. And I don't know why it's called the elephant walk, but it's basically for your hamstrings. And there was an interesting thing that recently happened with one of my clients where I guess he was told by a physical therapist that his hamstrings are so tight that they were causing issues with his knee function. That when he was locking out his knee, he was getting pain, and it was because the hamstrings were so tight that they were just shutting down at that point or something like that. So once again, everything contributes to the whole picture of health. And so you want to have good range of motion through your body. And once again, the strength to control that range of motion, because if you have mobility with no strength, you're just as much of an injury risk. Almost done here. Hopefully all my talking there got you through it. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, so our last one here is an elephant walk. Now this one here, depending on your mobility, you may need a yoga block, once again, some books or something like that. And we're just gonna do, how are we looking on time here? We'll do 2 minutes here. What you're gonna do here is, you're going to hinge on over, put your hands on something like books or a yoga block, and you're gonna have a slight bend in your knees. You might have a slight stretch here, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna lock out for 2 seconds, one leg. So lock out really strong, go 1, 2, then relax, then do the other side. 1, 2, and relax. And the lockout, if you're at a height that's appropriate for you, so if you need to go lower, if you need to put your hands to the floor, as long as when you lock out, you're getting a big stretch, that's what's most important here, all right? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, come on in. Now, I'm staying at a higher height here so I don't jam up my microphone here. But lock out completely, go 1, 2, and relax. 1, 2, relax. And even here though, I mean, I'm getting a light stretch, which is cool. So just lock out, 1, 2, relax, and just keep doing that. So there are different hamstring stretches that we do in this class. And then there's other stretches we do also for the knees that are really good. But this is a solid routine here. And this one with the lockout, when you lock out and you're in a deep stretch, you can tend to feel the stretch lower behind your knee, especially if you're getting it right. Sometimes if you're in a different stretch where you like fold in or something like that, you might feel it like higher in the hamstring. So this one tends to be a little lower. But basically, you're going to feel this where you need to feel it. If it's higher, that's fine. If you ever have any pain, once again, come out. And if you're really tight, you may even need to use something like a couch and just lean some of your weight forward here. Once again, take some weight off and just lock out here, all right? The goal is that you're working at a level that's pain-free, that you can breathe in. You have to be able to breathe in a position, own the position. And that you're just getting some benefit and just working on that, improving it over time. 35 seconds left. Sometimes when you're like kind of hinged over like this, it could be a little harder to breathe through the nose, but still try and do that if you can. Try and breathe slow. Always want to be breathing through the nose. Check out my breathing class video on here if you want to learn more about that. And for those of you who have the free version of the app, please consider upgrading. I'd love to have you in the full program. And we're almost wrapped up with this class here. 3, 2, 1, and time. Guys, I'm Coach Stefan. Appreciate having you in class. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.